What's going on? What's going on? It's Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys are in the corner. My name is Danny Calafell. Each and every Monday, I come to you guys live, talk about business, sales, and your finances. Today, I want to talk to you guys about problems, opportunities. We're going to make this a little quick, short, but straight to the point type of show today. And if you guys don't know anything about me, you guys are tuning in for the first time, let me give you a little bit about my background, what qualifies me to be able to talk about things like this, and which I always mention that you got to make sure you understand where it is that you're getting your information from. So that being said, before I got into business, for 18 years of my life, I was dedicated to the sport of boxing, been in there with the best, and best as in best in the world. Been around some of the most successful people that catapulted, my ability to be able to, build tremendous relationships with some of the largest companies, some of the biggest names out there. And I got started in business about 13, almost 14 years ago. Again, I have relationships with some of the largest companies, some of the biggest names, including Grant Cardone, who I happen to be partners with. And so you hear a lot of the similarities when it comes to that. I own and operate 3 businesses now, one in a consulting area, another is an acquisition company with a partner of mine, and then the third is a seminar workshop business. So that being said, I just want to dive right into this. There's a lot of people that look at a lot of problems as problems. And the biggest problem with looking at problems as problems is you tend to look at them negatively instead of positively. Successful people, you look at a lot of successful people. I'm talking about salespeople, business people, people in careers. These guys, they move up, and they move up the ladder because they look at things as opportunities, even if it's a problem. So they're looking to create new problems. Like I when I go into things, I'm looking to create. So I wanna end up going into something, and something end up happening where it becomes a problem for me. Like too many customers to be able to take care of. Like maybe having a sold out event where more people are wanting to purchase, and I could sell tickets, but we don't have enough seats. That's a good problem to have. Bad problem to have is you don't have anybody buying tickets from you. Bad problem to have is you got a business and you have no customers. And you're scared to bring on new business because you can only take care of so many customers that you have. Because let's not forget that majority of businesses out there, if you're looking at the stats, there's 32.5 million small businesses, and majority of those have one employee. I believe it's 25 million if I'm not mistaken. I got to look at the stats. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they consist of one employee. And when you have a situation like that, a lot of times, a lot of business owners run into fear where it's like, hey, I want to make a tremendous amount of sales, but I don't have enough people to be able to handle the volume of sales that I have going out. So I'm just going to lower things up. I'm going to lower my target. Or I'm going to stay the same way that I am. And you're not able to grow that way. So, you got to look at it where it's like, hey, you know what? If I do end up bringing in more business, that's a good problem to have. If I have more people coming in and I'm not able to take care of them, that's a good problem to have as a business owner. If you're in sales, that's a great problem to have. Okay, career-wise, I've seen I'm talking to businesses every day, and there's a lot of managers, for example, or people that are looking to get into management positions, or maybe you're in a career right now and there's a scenario where you have an opportunity to step up the ladder in the company, but you're afraid to step that up because of problems that it might cause at home, of problems that it might cause with scheduling. You might have to work weekends, whatever the case is. And you're not looking at the bigger picture as far as, okay, these are good problems to have. Bad problems to have is when I don't have an opportunity being thrown at me. Okay, a bad problem to have is when I'm looking at something as something that's going to prevent me from getting where it is that I want to get to, rather than pulling me towards whatever my target or my goal is. So if I have a target, let's say you're a business owner, I got a target of hitting 10 million by the end. well, let's say you got a I'm talking to small business owners. Let's say you got a business that is doing 2 million a year, and you're looking to increase that. You're looking to increase that number. Okay, by the end of this year, you wanted to do. Let's say you wanted to do double. Let's say you wanted to do, a target of 4 million. You're gonna have to create new problems in order to achieve that. And the new problems that are going to be created are going to be opportunities. And this is the whole purpose of this. A lot of people look at those problems, they're like, okay, well, it creates a new problem, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that. I'm not sure if I'm able to take that jump. I'm not sure if I can handle that amount of responsibility. I'm going to have to end up hiring more people. I don't have the capability to be able to do that right now. Like, whatever the case is, a lot of times you guys look at the problems and it prevents you from getting to what it is that you want, rather than looking at it as an opportunity and continuing to push forward. Grant has a story where he used to sell out. He used to do seminars back in the day, and we're still doing workshops and boot camps and so forth. But used to do seminars back in the day, and there was a time where he ended up selling out an event, and there were still people looking to buy tickets. So there wasn't enough chairs, and they just made room in the back for people to stand. Okay, there was another case where there was a hotel he went to, and that he was speaking at, and they didn't have enough Danishes. Okay, they didn't have enough. They wanted to hand out Danishes to the audience and the people that showed up to the workshop, and they didn't have enough. So he was like, hey, listen, just cut them in pieces, and hand them out and spread them out to people. So you look for he found ways to look for things in order to accommodate the people that ended up showing up, not turn them down, which is what a lot of people do. Hey, I'm good. I don't need this right now because it's going to create more problems. No, that's not how you grow. That's not how you scale. That's not how you get to bigger and better situations. Whether you're in a career, whether you're in sales, whether you got a business, I don't care whether you could take this into your personal life. Okay, you're single, you don't have too many problems. You get into a relationship, now you start having some issues because you're having a little bit of conflict, because now it's not just you in the situation. Now it's you and a partner, and you guys are completely different people. So you run into issues, you run into arguments. So some people would say, hey, I'd rather be single. But you're not going to get a lot done thinking that way. You get more done working together with somebody. So instead of looking at it where it's like, hey, I don't want to do this because it's going to create problems, you got to look at it where it's like, hey, I want to do this because it's going to create opportunities. What problems do I need to solve in the relationship to be able to continue to grow in the relationship, to give me the opportunities that I can get from the relationship? Whether, again, you tie this back into business, the same thought process, sales, and whether you're in a career or not. So that being said, I just wanted to drop some stuff in there. I don't know if I have any questions right now. If we got questions in the chat, we got questions in YouTube, Facebook. I got my people on Clubhouse. Let's talk about it.
Hey, Danny, it's Kurt. How you doing?
I'm great, man. How about yourself?
Good. I like what you're doing here, and you brought a couple points after Lori had spoken about what you can do with some of your actual business opportunities and your actual SWOT analysis, or what you're actually going to be doing for your value of product. Now, you had an absolutely fantastic BS meter, and so say you're bringing on a new product or a new company, or you want to talk to somebody, a new sales rep, and you want to ensure that they are not basically full of BS and the pitch that they're giving to you isn't going to be cringe-worthy. And since you can smell BS a mile away, what do you do to train your team to evaluate a new product, a new potential, or a new potential customer to say, don't push too hard, don't get carried away, but at the same time, make sure you ask all the right questions, make sure you're doing the work. Where do you hit them with the actual high pressure versus low pressure sales tactics? That's why I'm curious what you're going to do. Thanks.
Well, there's two things there. Okay, so first, the pressure. There's nothing wrong with pressure if you believe enough in what it is that you're doing and the problem that you're solving. So, that just comes with belief. A lot of people mistake pressure from belief. That's one. Two, when it comes to weeding out the BS meter, you said, that has to do with what you just said as far as asking the right questions. So if you guys are taking notes, like, write this down. The quality of your questions determine the quality of your answers. So when you ask the right questions, you get the right answers. When you ask the right questions, it leads to getting the right results. So we have an ethics as far as and as far as the way that we operate, as far as asking the right questions, making sure that we're asking the right questions so we get the right answers, so we get the right results coming in. And then when you're talking about the whole pressure situation, well, once you have the right answers, like if we're selling a product, service, let's say we're selling, whether it's sales training or whether it's selling anything marketing, like I'm looking at, okay, well, once we get all the answers from the customer or from the prospect, it's all right. I have enough belief that we're able to help solve that problem. So yeah, I will go to the point where I will pressure somebody. Because because that's where my confidence comes in. That's where my conviction comes in, and the rest of my team. Like we know what we're capable of doing. We know what results we're able to bring in. So yes, I will pressure because I know that we're the best. We're the best solution for them. Them going anywhere else will be a disservice. Does that make sense?
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I always look for things to do just beyond the normal, and I like your instincts. Thanks.
No problem. All right. Anybody else questions before we wrap this up? All right. We're good to go. All right, guys. Well, hey, listen. Thank you for tuning in. Like I mentioned earlier, each and every Monday I do this live, 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys were in the corner. I'll see you guys next week. I'll leave out like I always do. Your choices today reflect your outcome tomorrow. Catch you guys next week.